Hi, it's Karen. Now, I never wanted to make a video of this nature, but my back is up at the moment and I cannot keep my mouth shut about this any longer. So here goes. There appear to be people in the paranormal community who seem to jump at every opportunity of a passing soul to try to contact them and then exploit them by having that recording go up on YouTube for everyone to listen to, not taking into account the grieving relatives and so on. It's one thing for a spirit to come to you without you contacting that spirit, but when you go out of your way to contact the dead, the day or the day after their passing is deplorable. It is beyond reproach. There is no excuse. To think that there's one woman on here who has basically outdone Huff Paranormal, and I'm talking about Kenda Elise. I'm sorry to name names. This person was actually a follower of mine, and I've asked them to remove themselves from my subscription list. I don't want that type of person on my subscribers list at all. The lack of respect, the way that this woman goes about it is beyond reproach. She basically goes in a clinical fashion, asking them to use her energy and speak loud and clear, and there's no compassion about it whatsoever. And the fact she even goes to the point of contacting pretty much within hours of the passing of Carrie Fisher. Now, Carrie Fisher's mother, Debbie Reynolds, was grieving, absolutely grieving, to the point it caused her to have a stroke, which was fatal and took her life. And to think that under these circumstances, do you think that Carrie Fisher would be joking around with this Kenda Elise, saying that she was half naked and laughing it up, if you will, in a so-called E.V.P, which sounds like R2-D2 if you want to put it bluntly, over-processed, which could be any type of musical. I don't know. I just can't get my head around people like this. Seriously, wait. Give the soul time to adjust to the new world. This crap that Huff goes on about, that you've got to contact the soul within 24 hours, is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting, and it is so disrespectful. He even went to the point of contacting Prince, Robin Williams, stuff like that. I mean, these people had only just died, and this Kenda is doing exactly the same thing. And if anyone else does it, I'm going to name and shame you. Seriously, it's got to stop. Give those people a chance to adjust to the new world. If I were to be asked by somebody to contact a loved one who has just passed over, I would say give them time. Give them time to adjust to the new world. If they come to me, that's a different story, but you don't force the spirit. You just don't do it. It's wrong. Get it in your heads. It's wrong to do that. Have respect. Show dignity to people. Show people that you respect the afterlife by not trying to get this fame and glory happening so that people could go, ooh, they contacted the other side. At least give them months or years before even attempting to do such a thing. I couldn't even bring myself to think of, even at this point, trying to contact Robin Williams. I couldn't bring myself to do something like that, even if I wanted to. I just honestly cannot understand some people. What is it? Why is it so important to be first to contact a celebrity? Don't celebrities have just as much right to a respectful crossing over as any one of us do? I know that if there were people out there, loved ones or relatives of these, that came across a video where some person is in a clinical tone talking to ask their spirit of their loved one to come through, and they're putting up these words that don't even sound remotely like what is being said. I know that EVPs do take a little adjusting to, but honestly, when it sounds like R2D2, give me a break. It is over-processed. It is ridiculously cleaned up audio to the point where it's almost whistling and they're adding words to it. That is not EVP. EVP is not sounding like a whistle. You know, honestly, it just is so, it's heartbreaking. It really is. It's heartbreaking to think that this is going on and it's not going to stop any day soon. I wish it would, but it's not. And these types of people are giving the paranormal and especially mediumship a very bad name. A really bad name. And you know who cops it? The people who just have respect for the other side. I've had people say, well, so-and-so can do it, why can't you? It's not a principle of you know, whether another person is going to be willing to contact your loved one who has just been placed into the ground. It is respect. Give that person time. If they choose to come, they will come. But you can never force the spirit. You can never do that. How do you know you are actually speaking to that person? How do you know that you're speaking to that celebrity who wouldn't know you from soap? They wouldn't have a clue who you are. I just wanted to say that. And I'm sorry if I have upset any of my followers, but I can't sit idly by and just see this go on, and I will not have anybody even subscribe to me who does that kind of thing. So if you do it and you're on my subscribers list, remove yourself at once. I do not want you on my subscribers list if you feel it's okay to contact someone who has just passed over. And honestly, when Debbie Reynolds died one day from when her daughter passed away because of her heartbreak, you know, what else could it be? And then I see that there are people like some, I can't even think of his name now. I'm just too upset. There's some guy who's claiming that George Michael, Debbie Reynolds, and Carrie Fisher's death are all part of the Illuminati. Where the hell does this stop? And where does it start? It starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with people being a voice for the other side. If it were your loved one that was being exploited on a YouTube channel for the sake of someone, you know, going and just for the likes and the comments and the praise of contacting your loved one and making reference to the fact, like, who was it with Half Paranormal? Johnny Cash, for example. Johnny Cash was a God-loving man. He was a Christian. He found God. He had peace in his heart. And here is Half Paranormal, or Steve Huff, whatever you want to call him, saying that he was in hell. Saying that that Johnny Cash was in hell. And he saved him from hell. He brought him out of hell. Get real. It's blasphemy. It really is. And then it's like the second that someone from a famous perspective passes over, they're all jumping on board. It's like, oh, let me be the first one to pop a video up that I have connected with this person. Now, there are going to be people who will probably say, Karen, you're just jealous. It's got nothing to do with that. I could jump on the bandwagon too, but I choose not to. Why? Because spirit deserve more. They deserve respect. Just as the living deserve respect, just as you or I deserve respect, so does the other side. And if it were your child, let's turn it around and say you were a parent and there was this person who your child just died, and here they are saying, little Lisa, can you come through and speak clearly through this and, tell me what you've got to say? How would you feel? How would you feel that you weren't even so much as contacted and asked permission if you could do such a thing? How would you feel? If that person was exploiting the name of the family and your child's spirit by claiming to have made contact, not even in a decent, courteous way of contacting you and saying, do you mind? I know and I'm terribly sorry for your loss, but do you mind if I try to make communication? At least make the video private and give the link to the family, if that's the case. If you have to do it the same day of that person's passing, where their body is not even laid to rest. That is just distasteful in more ways than one. It is atrocious to think that this goes on, and it really must stop. And if anyone follows people who do that kind of thing, more fool you, more shame on you, to the point where you feel this is okay. Have a good think about it and put yourself in the shoes of, for example, B.B. King's wife. She was mortified. And here is Steve Huff contacting B.B. King. Where is the line drawn, I ask you? This is going into 2017 now. And it's time to stop supporting people that do these kinds of things, because all you're doing is ego feeding. You are supporting when you click like on their videos, and if you unlike this, good, because it's not something that I want you to like. I don't want you to like this video. I don't want you to put a thumbs up unless you've got an opinion to make. And I would prefer that you just say, look, I'm going to take what you're saying, Karen, and put it under my belt, because this has to stop. There is a line that is drawn, and it must not be crossed. And if anything, if you think about even spirit box communication, by trying to reach out to somebody on the other side who has just passed over, you're going to have contaminated evidence, because chances are every single radio station will be talking about them. Every TV will be talking about them. Every channel, news, you name it, their songs will be played. What are the odds of you getting something that happens to say their name? People, please don't support people who disrespect the other side, and that is clearly showing disrespect. So thank you for your time. I wish you all a wonderful new year. I really don't want to make videos like this, and yet I found myself getting so angry at the fact that I saw this Kenda Elise putting up these videos within hours of a person's passing. It is just not on. It is wrong. It's very, very wrong. Take care.